What's up, YouTube? I'm back again. So, I made this video last night, trying to get some things off my chest. And today is another day. Went to work, did my thing, came home, and like I said, we hit, did some text last night, me and this girl. And she said last night, hey, I'll text you sometime tomorrow, see how you're doing, blah, blah, whatever, alright? So just a little while ago, I got a couple texts from her, and she had a long day. She had a lot of things she did today, and she's kind of tired, so she's going to bed. So, it's understandable. And I said, I was kind of hoping I could talk to you, and she said, well, just call me in the morning. I said, I get up kind of early now, so I'm gonna call you. She's like, well, it'd be cool, because I'm going to bed now, so calling me early in the morning won't really just bother me. I was like, all right, cool. So. And my night is going good so far, so I don't want you to think that, this is a video that's kind of like, down and sad or whatever. It's not. It's just one of those thoughts type of video. I make a lot of those. I think out loud. So I continue to do my normal routine of, getting on Facebook and MySpace and checking my things and doing, regular updates like, everybody in the cyber world do. And I get a message. Now, rewind back to maybe a couple of days ago when I was kind of upset, and I was getting a more like I guess the runaround and the push off from her, So I sent a message to the guy that she's dating or whatever, and I told him, I said, because the way she was wording everything that she was telling me, it was kind of mixed signal. It was like, hey, I want to be with you, but I need time to think about it, that type of thing, So, the whole time she's of course denying that they're even in a relationship. We're dating, but we're not together, that type of thing. But everything that I see and everything around her indicates otherwise. So being the bigger man that I was like, what, I tell you what, I'm going to send this guy a message and let him know. Alright, look, I know you guys are dating, it's no big deal, but just know that I do still love her, and if you hurt her, then you have to answer to me. End of story. I just don't want her to hurt, you know what I'm saying? I've done it once already. I know that. I know that I hurt her. I know she's, she was devastated and she felt like she got treated like crap when what I did. But, I don't want her to deal with that again. She's gone through that enough, whether it be with me or anybody else for that matter. So, I was, just like, hey, look, don't hurt her, dude. Just treat her right. So the response I get from the guy is like hilarious. I mean, he was all just kind of with an attitude, basically saying, hey man, I treat her better than you, that type of thing. And I'm thinking to myself, really? I know how to treat a lady is what he said. His exact words were, I know how to treat a lady. So then he continues to send more messages, and he's kind of mad, and I'm a cool, laid back kind of guy. He's upset, using all these, foul language words, to describe things to me and basically say, hey, you should leave us alone. Now, here's, today. Now, mind you, like I said, we talked last night through text, and I talked again to her tonight again through text. And, here's my stand on it. Anyone else who looks at this situation from the outside, you would say, okay, you're stalking her. Or, you won't leave her alone. But here's the thing. This is how it works, okay? The way that I started this was like, hey, I want you back. Okay? End of story. And her response was, okay, I'll think about it. We'll see what happens. I just need to spend more time with you to see if we could do that. So we start spending time together. She may come over to the house. We may hang out. And I asked her, I said, give me a day. I spent a whole day with her, and that day included, she came, we hung out that whole day, I took her home, I brought her back here, and I made dinner for her, kind of, and we had an amazing night, hint, hint, days go by, it was a couple of times she's been to the house. Bottom line, she's been to the house about, maybe 2 or 3 times at the most. Some ended in fun, others just us kind of hanging out and being together, that type of thing. It wasn't, always about, sex, more or less. So, here's my dilemma, okay? If you're going to be at my house, you're going to spend time with me and you're going to tell me that, hey, I just need to spend time with you so I can, see if this is something that's going to become more, then that to me says we're working on this, or it's what I want. So I have all the right, I would think, to continue to talk to her, because you're giving me these feelings or these signals that that's what it's going to be. It's us working it out. Now his end is, dude, you leave us alone. She don't want you. She ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay. Now, being the bigger man than I am, I'm not going to put her business out there in the street, because I could easily say, dude, she's your girl. Why is she still effing me? You know what I'm saying? Why is she still at my house? Why is she still doing this if she's your girl? From the beginning, if you had no intentions of ever doing this, then why would you come to my house? Why would you be in my bed? You see what I'm saying? So, I kind of played it off, and I guess it made him more and more upset because of the niceness of it. I learned a long time ago, when someone's mad about something, kill them with kindness. I've been doing customer service for years, and I promise you, there are customers I talk to on the phone or maybe in person that are majorly upset, and it makes them more upset when you kill them with kindness. I'll be the nicest person to you, and you can bite your lip and grit your teeth at me all day long, but I will smile and be happy because I know you're upset. And that's what I did to him. And I think it got him to the point where he's really upset. So now I'm sure he's going to run back to her and whine to her that, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, I'm not going to put her business out there, because I could have easily said, hey, this is what took place. You know what I mean? And I know he doesn't like me. Prime example, all right? And it's kind of I'm trying my best to make this not a long video, but it's probably going to be long anyway. Prime example is her brother got married. And 2 days before the wedding, she was at my house, in my bed, with me that whole day. The very day after that, her brother got married. That morning, we got up, we went out, we hung out, we kicked it. I took her home. And then she went to the wedding with him. The whole time we're at the wedding, this guy's giving me the look of the devil. I mean, like, I can't stand you. And I'm going to tell you why. Because at that point, I think they were kind of, sort of dating. But she wouldn't let him get near her. And I'm getting text messages from you after you leave the wedding saying, oh, I wish I could stay with you. I wish I could have been there with you. She kept coming to see me during the wedding. You're at the wedding with this guy, but you're going to come see me and hang out with me and talk to me. Why? I thought you were with this other guy. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, to me, he has no right to be mad because he thinks I'm stalking her. And I'm not, dude. I'm just, killing him with kindness, like I said. So, like I said, I told him that. I said, I'm not putting your business, I'm not going to put her business out there. So, bottom line is, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just kind of chilling. She sleep, I'll call and talk to her in the morning. I may even mention the conversation between the two of us to see kind of what she says and how she flows with that. But you never know what happens with women like that. So, that's the update for now. I mean, like I said, I'll try my best maybe to update you guys a little more and more in the relationship and see what happens. If she breaks my heart, she breaks my heart. If she comes back to me, I promise you'll know, because we'll make a video together. I promise you that. I tried to get her to make a video once before we were together, but she said that she would laugh too much in the video, so who knows. Either way it goes, that's it for now, guys. Have a great night. See you later. Peace.